This is also serious matter, but we're so happy. Demi Lovato, this is breaking, by the way, just on the way in the car to meet the Hollywood press. She, and by the way, can we please, just a celebrity break, can we like break their silence? I am so sick of seeing headlines like, breaks their silence. It's just, to me,
no, that's
my pet peeve. It's just like, so that's why I was very particular to say, speaks for the first time since her overdose.
Right.
They're so dramatic, and that's my pet peeve with celebrity sites. Breaks their silence on the breakup. Breaks their silence. It's like, really? Were they silent all this time? Or were you with them?
Yeah.
I don't know. They were probably talking in the hospital. You know?
Right.
Anyway, Demi Lovato made her first public statement about, you know, since the overdose. You want to just read, Alina, a little bit of it?
Right.
It was very touching.
It is, and I'm so glad she's doing okay. So she says, I have always been transparent about my journey with addiction. What I've learned is that this illness is not something that disappears or fades with time. It is something I must continue to overcome and have not yet done. She went on to thank her fans and friends and family, and then she ends with, I know I need time to heal and focus on my sobriety and the road to recovery. The love you have all shown me will never be forgotten, and I look forward to the day where I can say I came out on the other side. I will keep fighting, Demi.
What do you think?
I think, you know, I love Demi.
I love her too.
And I love that she's so open with everything she's going through, because she's human. We all have things that we're going through. Some, you know, maybe this, some maybe something else.
Yeah.
And she's really been on the forefront, especially dealing with her mental health.
Yes.
Whereas a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they're afraid of the stigma. And she's been a role model to a lot of people.
A lot of people.
And it, you know, this happens sometimes. Sometimes you fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
And it is an illness, and she's taking the time to get better now. And we're just all, you know, praying for her.
Well, that's the whole, like, I had seen her perform, it was either 2 years ago with Nick Jonas when they were touring together at the Forum. She is an electrifying, that voice is just incredible. There's such talent. It's just incredible. And she's humble and nice. She's actually nice, because I've been at some events where she does the carpet, and you can always tell. You know this. You've done carpets.
Yes.
You can tell there's the authenticity. The authenticity is there or not.
Right.
She's a nice girl. And the interesting, when you looked at this sort of thing that happened, there were some sources close to her inner circle that I did contact after all of it happened, and a lot of the stories that are being painted in the celebrity press that, yes, she was in an I saw, I think the latest headline about she hung out with a group of enablers on page 6.
Right.
That's all true and all, but like anyone who sort of like has been had loved ones that battle addiction or have been close to it and know about it knows that she makes her own choices. So what I do know from her inner circle is that there's whatever issue she's dealing with internally, but that she made her choice. She at that time knew she was not, and that's why she released the song to tell the world that she wasn't. I think it was probably therapeutic or cathartic in some sort of way. And then she partied really hard, and it, like, thank God she survived, right? I think what I struggle with, and this is good because we're on Meet the Hollywood Press tonight, this is where the journalism line is drawn for me, because I struggled with, when I temporarily had to go back to sort of celebrity news, I felt icky, not because of the stories that on my particular site, but the ones that would be worked on at the parent site at large. I can't put my head down on a pillow. Like right now, I couldn't be digging on the inner workings of like Demi Lovato. Like, to me, this is a private thing. Like, yes, she had an overdose. It's our job to report that news because it's news, and she was hospitalized, and then let her go heal. Right. I struggle with that as a journalist, and I don't know, like, if you read, I think that there's certain celebrity news sites that handle it with class and dignity, and then there's other ones that just don't, and it's like dumpster diving to me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like they need all the space that they can get, not to be worried about, are there paparazzi?
Yeah.
Who can I trust? You know, that's the least of their, should be the least of their problems.
Well, it's why I still, to this day, speaking of Demi, it's like I think about, like, I'm a big Justin Bieber and Britney fan my whole life, right? And it's like I would defend them to the grave, because I always said if there was real talent somewhere and they want to overcome and they'll come back. Yeah. And America loves to forgive, and they love a comeback.
Oh, we love a comeback.
But when I thought about all the antics and the ages that they were at when all this was going on, and then the celebrity organizations that were like, they contribute to that.
Right.
And as I don't think that that's what journalism is anymore. Like, I think journalism is exposing stories and telling the truth and getting to the bottom of the truth, but that's in some way, shape, or form doing a service for its reader or its viewer.
Right.
You know, like, what did I learn from this? What did I